Hello everybody, it's Hero Games FTW here today, and today we are back with another suit showcase. And in today's showcase we are actually going to be reviewing Iron Man. Now I will be reviewing till Mark 14, and then in another video we'll be doing like a part 2 type thing where it's gonna go a little bit more marks. But for right now there's only 14 marks in the game and 14 marks I'll be going over. Now that being said, 14 marks, that's a lot of marks I'll be going over, so I'm gonna try to do this and show you guys at the same time. Try to do this like, you know, I don't want to speed this up, but at the same time don't want this video to take too long. So yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoy the video. It's gonna be amazing. And just so you guys know what you're about to look at, let's do a little bit of a Mark 5 animation right now. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. So yeah guys, let's get started. So I'm gonna quickly take my Mark 5 suitcase off because this is gonna be when I'm going over Mark 5. Alright, but we gotta start with the basics. So we gotta start with our boy Mark 1, the OG one from the Iron Man 1 movie. He is actually going to be a tier 3. So let's look at the super decks, and as you can see we got the Mark 1. Let me actually do a little show off the suit. This was modeled by Kitso/Proven, little team model. And as you can see right there, we have the cool little Iron Man thingies that this dude has. Is Mark 1 of course. So yeah, let's get started with Mark 1. Now Mark 1 is kind of a little bit destructive, so I really just want to like I don't know if I have, I don't think I do. Oh wait, hold, alright, do. So I'm gonna try to get out of here because I really don't want to blow that place up like before, like it broke all the sea lanterns with Black Panther. So yeah, we are going to go over here where it's like like we won't be able to blow stuff up like from our base. So yeah, let's get started. So now Mark 1 actually has a flamethrower for ability 1, but let's go over what he has first. So you know, in the terms of not abilities. So his alt ego is Tony Stark. His defense is high. He's a tier 3 and he's a tank. Now he's going to have 24 health. He's going to have attack damage of 12, jump boost of 1, fortitude of 3, fire resistance 1, and he's going to be immune to bullets. So bullets will not affect him. So yeah, let's get started now. So his ability 1 key, which is going to be our default, is going to be his flamethrower. Now his flamethrower is going to do, holy crap, massive damage as well. Burn the thing that you're trying to go for. So, and being a tank that he is, he can block. So if you right click, you block with him since he's a roll block. Roll tank I mean. Now obviously if you don't know what these roles are, I definitely recommend you guys watching my some 6.0 mod showcases, because those show off a little bit more of what roles are. Now the Iron Man suits will be kind of like going from different roles depending on the suit. So yeah, we got ability 1, which is his flamethrower. Now ability 2 will actually be his super punch. Now if we quickly get like a little mob around here, like this little dude right here, and we can actually do like a little super, it's kind of like a little knockback punch in a sense. So if he hit F, boom, it's gonna launch him way back. It's really just a little knockback punch that you do, so I have to wait for it to load again. But once it loads, I can go boom, you know, send all the way back. So that's pretty much his super punch. So let's go over his ability 3 key, which is going to be the Tsunomic Toss, which is C. Now pretty much basically what this does, I'm pretty sure I have to be like F5 to show you this. Not really at the same, it really just picks them up and boom, throws them, you know what I'm saying? It's a Tsunomic Toss. So yeah, obviously that dude tried to shoot me, but since I'm immune to bullets, that means I'm also immune to arrows. So yeah, that's pretty nifty. Now let's move on to his rocket launcher, which is his ability 4 key, which is V. So pretty much rocket launcher, self-explanatory. Hit V, does a little cool little rocket launcher thing, which is ability 4 by the way, if I did not mention that. So let's move on to his ability 5 key, which is his ground pound. Now ground pound basically, as the name suggests, really just makes like a little ground pound. That's basically what it does. And you know, just hit G, which is ability 5, and do a little ground pound. So yeah, that's pretty nifty. But now let's move on to his equipped ability, which is his dual flamethrower. Now his dual flamethrower is way better than his just regular flamethrower because it does like double flamethrower. So it does like, you know, way more damage as well, way more like fire damage. So yeah, that's pretty much his dual flamethrower. Now let's move on to his jet boost. Now, before I move on to Jet Boost, I do want to clarify, Mark 1 does not have a special. He simply does not. Mark 2 doesn't either, as far as I am concerned. But yeah, so we're going to hit the utility ability, which is going to let us use a Jet Boost. So he cannot fly, but if you hit H, you can do like a little Jet Boost that doesn't last long, but it lasts long enough to escape or, you know, just get out of the perimeter in case of an emergency. So yeah, that's pretty much Mark 1 in a nutshell. Now let's go over Mark 2. We can take Mark 1 off and let's go over Mark 2. So Mark 2 is now like the more advanced suit. It actually has a HUD and stuff like that. So if we, you know, have this little HUD, we can fly as Mark 2. I do kind of want to show this off over here. Let me actually grab my zombie pigment to showcase it off a little bit better. Now, before I actually do this though, I do want to go over the crafting. I forgot to do this. I'm sorry about this. But yeah, so pretty much how to get Iron Man is you actually need to have the suit assembly unit first before you move on to the Stark bench. Now with the suit assembly unit, if I can just go here real quick, you can craft Iron Man Mark 1. Iron Man Mark 1 is going, for the helmet, you are going to need 4 iron plates, 4 copper ingots, 4 magnesium ingots, 15 electronics, 1 leather cap. So that's how you make the helmet. Now for the chest plate, you are going to need 1 mini arc reactor, 50 iron plates, 50 copper ingots, 50 magnesium ingots, 50 electronics, 1 rocket, and 1 leather tunic. So that's pretty much what you need for the chest plate. Now let's move on to the legs. Now for the legs, we need 25 iron plates, 25 copper ingots, 25 magnesium ingots, 20 electronics, and 1 leather pants. Now for the boots, we are going to need 4 iron plates, 4 copper ingots, 4 magnesium ingots, 15 electronics, 2 rockets, and 1 leather boot. So that's pretty much how you get that. But now you might be wondering, okay, I crafted this, but now how do I get the other marks? How do I get Mark 2? How do I get Mark 3? Basically, you have to go in here and it saves from the super deck's perspective. So if you have, for example, more and I have Mark 2 right here, it's going to allow me to craft Mark 2 and above. Obviously, since I have Mark 2 on right now, I can only craft up to Mark 3 because I don't have Mark 4, 5, 6, I don't have any of that, so I can't craft above. But once I craft Mark 3, put it on, you know, let me craft Mark 4, so that's pretty much how it works. So yeah, Mark 2, basically, I really don't want to go over all the crafting recipes because I think that's going to be the boring part of the video. But yeah, so yeah, let's move on with Mark 2. Now Mark 2, as I said before, is a little bit more advanced because, you know, he's an actual Iron Man suit. He's not like the one Tony built in the cave. So let's get onto him. So now, this one is actually a tier 3 as well, except this time his role is a healer and his defense is high. So yeah, and let's go over his other stuff. Now he has health 24, attack damage 12, jump boost 1, fortitude 3, and fire resistance 1. Limited flight energy consumption. So yeah, he can't fly for too long, but you know, decent amount, pretty much. So yeah, let's get on to it. And his weaknesses are actually paralyzing electric shock, water, freezing, and altitudes higher than 120. Now, as you can see, my thing is going down because I'm flying, as I said right here, limited flight. But yeah, his immunities are bullets. Let's move on to his ability 1 key, which is going to be his repulsor. Now let's spawn in some pigmen right here. Now if I hit R, which is going to be the ability 1 key, we are going to do a cool little repulsor attack. So we hit R, we put our arm out, and boom, we just blast them. So that's pretty much how the ability 1 key / the repulsor. You know, nothing too much to go about it, but that's pretty much how it works. You know, it doesn't do too much damage, but it does enough, because remember, this is just Mark 2. It's not like Mark 50 or anything. Mark 50, I'm just going over till Mark 14, by the way, if you're curious. And yeah, let's go back into Mark 2, and his second ability is actually going to be his secondary repulsor. This is going to do more damage than Mark 1, than the Mark 1 repulsor, which is going to be ability 1, but you know, it's way better than ability 1 in a sense. So if we hit F, which is ability 2 key, it's going to be the double repulsor. You're going to shoot out double repulsors. Self-explanatory, really. So I hit ability 1 and ability 2. We do like a double the damage. Ability 1, ability 2. Ability 2 does take a little bit longer to, you know, build up because it is a little bit better than ability 1. But yeah, so that's pretty much how it works. So let's get back into here. We are going to go over his ability 3 key, which is going to be his Unibeam. Now you guys start getting into the Unibeams. Since these are all V1, so it's going to hit C, it's going to consume about a lot of our energy. And if we hit C again, we can do it. It takes a little bit to build up, but yeah. So now as you can see here, the ability, the Unibeam ability must have 50% of energy or more. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works out. And yeah, so ability 4, he does not have an ability 4, he does not have an ability 5. He does have Jarvis now, which is lit, and he does not have a special ability. He does have his helmet utility ability, which is pretty much you put your helmet up and down. Once you put it up, you pretty much don't see the HUD, but once, you know, you put it down, you see the HUD. Self-explanatory, really. And yeah. But now let's move on to Jarvis. Now Jarvis is going to play kind of like a little big role in all of this. Now Jarvis can help you by /Jarvis analyze. He is going to pretty much analyze the block you are looking at. So let's say I'm looking at this block. Jarvis analyze is going to analyze it as a quartz block name, ID, harvest level. It's going to tell me all of these things like the slipperness, is flammable, flammability, redstone current. You know what I'm saying? So it's all of that. Basically, it's pretty useful if you like are into that stuff. So hit X again /Jarvis scan area. Now this is going to tell me if there's any players around me, mobs or passives, and so yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So it tells me that there's 5 hostiles around my area, and yeah, there's also something I don't know if I showed off or not, but pretty much he also has, when you're in the HUD, you see him from a distance, and you also see it identifies as a zombie pigman. It shows their health and their distance from you at least. So yeah, so now let's say if I wanted to hit him. So I will do about like 12 damage as it says right there. Oh, I dropped my super dex. So yeah, let's get back into it. So yeah, repulsors, you know, the double repulsor does a little bit more damage. And yeah, so let's get back into it. So that's pretty much how he does his abilities. Let's move back over here. This is Mark II. Now let's show off the model for a second. Now as I said, these models were modeled by Kitso and Proven. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's look at his cool little model right here. And yeah, so let's move on to Mark 3. Oh crap. And let's get Mark 4 out as well. Alrighty, I might need to eat soon, so I'm gonna leave that there. And let's put on Mark 3. So Mark 3 is when Tony Stark actually gets, you know, his armor a little bit more red, some more gold, and yeah. So let's go over here, so /through, and let's show off what he has. Now Mark 3 is actually going to be, you know, Mark 3, let me actually get to him. Mark 3 is now a tier 4, he is a healer, his defense is high. He has 24 health, he has attack damage of 16, he has a jump boost of 1, he has a fortitude of 3, a fire resistance 1, improved flight, energy consumption decreased from Mark II. So the flight capacity will, you know, decrease a bit, so it won't go like boom, like all the way down. Now improved energy systems as well. So now we will be getting the V2 repulsor as well, a if it tells, okay, a V2 Unibeam. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We also be getting a special and the use weapon /select weapon ability. So now basically what happens is I'm going to do more damage to mobs than before. So with the repulsors at least, as you can see right here. Now with the Unibeam, it's pretty much gonna consume a little bit less, but at the same time still gonna need like 50 energy consumption right here. So yeah, pretty much does more damage, the repulsors and the Unibeam. Now let's move on to his well, I already showed off, okay, Jarvis. Let's go on to his use weapon. So if I hit G, as you can see at the bottom right, you get a little mini icon that shows you what abilities you can use. So now right now we have the bullets, So if I hit V, it's actually going to send it out. So we have this little cool little arm thingy right here that pops out. Hit V again, it comes out, as you can see there. It's like a little small, but pretty much that's how it works out. So let's try to summon something right here. Hit V, does some damage. Doesn't go on for too long though. So yeah. Now hit G again, we are going to do a little mini rocket. So hit V and boom. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works out. Only shoots out one. The higher marks actually shoot a little bit more. So if I hit G again, we are going to actually change into like I'm pretty sure it tells you in here. I already forgot the name of it because I'm used to the laser beams. It actually doesn't, but it's pretty much like a little, you know, it's pretty much supposed to set them on fire, but since zombie pigments can't really go on fire, it doesn't set them on fire. So yeah. Now let's move on to his other thing, because those are all his weapons at the moment. As you progress marks, you get a little bit more weapons. So now we're going to move on to his repulsor beam, which is going to be a special. Now his special, as I said before, is his OP ability. So if I hit Z, you're going to fire out both and you are going to Shrek. Now obviously it doesn't do much damage in a sense because it's still Mark 3, but it is pretty strong, I'd say. And basically it's mostly supposed to be for durability purposes. And yeah, so let's move on now, because that's pretty much Mark 3, guys. So let's move on to Mark 4. Now Mark 4 is going to be just a little bit of an improvement, not too much to you know, say it's improvement of, but pretty much same V2 repulsors. Let me see if it has the same weapons. Pretty sure it does. Yeah, same weapon capacity. You know, it has the rockets, it has the thingies. So yeah, thingies, is that what I just said? Alright, but the only thing different with this dude is actually going to be his special ability. So the special ability, if I hit Z, is actually like a rocket that does way more durability in a sense. So yeah, not much I can really say about that, but yeah, it doesn't make the explosion bigger or anything. It's really just supposed to do more durability and damage. So yeah, that's pretty much Mark 4. So let's go back into the building / through, and let's go back up here and get on my okay, so we're actually on Mark 5 now. So Mark 5 is one of my favorite suits, I'd say, because of just simply the animation. So let's put this on. So pretty much once you have the Mark 5 suitcase, let me actually show you how to actually get the Mark 5 suitcase before I get into anything. Mark 5's kind of a nerf though, because he's mostly just put it on and get out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's try to do this. Let me show him off right now. Oh, I went to the wrong guy. Mark 5, he's actually a defense medium. His tier does go down to 3 and he is a role controller. Now his health is 24, his attack damage went down to 14, he has jump boost of 1, a fortitude of 3, a fire resistance of 1, limited flight, so he does have like the same flight capacity as Mark 2 but less. Limited energy system, slightly better than Mark 2 but at the same time not better, if that makes any sense. He has a V2 repulsor and a V1 unibeam. Now he does have he has no weapon ability. He does have a transform ability replacing the change weapon ability, and he does not have a special. He can summon Jarvis though. Put our helmet on, and if I hit G, which is going to send this guy into a suitcase, as I've shown in the beginning of the video and just recently. Now if I wanted to put this guy on, I would simply just place the suitcase on the ground and right click the suitcase. I just did that all at once, but yeah. And it gives you a cool little animation, then hit H to put the helmet down, and ba-boom. Mark 5 in a nutshell. Now pretty much how it looks, pretty dope if I do say so myself. And yeah. Now let's move on to the higher marks. So let me put all of these other marks up here because I already showcased these. And yeah. Now let's move on. So we have Mark 6, then we have Mark 7. Now let's put Mark 6 on first. And ba-boom. Now Mark 6 has to be one of my favorite Iron Man marks in game simply because of his special. But let's first of all show off his abilities and the such he has. So now Mark 6 is actually going to be the first Iron Man tier 5 suit, which is going to be a defense high, and his role is going to be a healer. Now his attack damage is actually going to go 26. His attack damage is going to go to 17. His health is going to go to 26. He has a jump boost of 1, a fortitude of 3, a fire resistance of 1, a water breathing 6. So now he has water breathing. And now he has improved flight, energy consumption decreased from Mark 4. Improved energy system. So he still has a V2 repulsor, a V2 unibeam. His what's it called? His select weapon system actually changed. Let me show that off now actually. So now he actually has a laser vision. I mean like a laser beam. So as you can see, if I hit V, it's going to do a cool little laser beam that's going to shoot out and do some damage. Pretty sure that's all really new with the ability wise for the used weapon / select weapon. So yeah, let's get back into Mark 6. Now Mark 6, as I said, has the same thing with Jarvis, but I did not finish using the Jarvis abilities. So let's say /Jarvis search for hero games I love you. Obviously it's not gonna use it on me, but when the player's on, it'll search for that player. But now /Jarvis find grass, for example. It's gonna show me all of the location for grass, or you can just simply put the item ID if the normal name for it doesn't work. So yeah, we are going to boom Shrek that dude real quick. And yeah, so that's pretty much some Jarvis. Let me hit X again to see Jarvis, and /Jarvis zoom actually makes like a cool little zoom thing, and then /Jarvis zoom again, it exits out of the zoom. And yeah, so now if we do /Jarvis tracking true, I don't know how to really explain this, but yeah, that's pretty much what it does. So it turns off the tracking, so pretty much you can't see people behind stuff, if that makes any sense. But if I hit it to true, it's actually going to highlight the people again, and I'm going to be able to see their health and everything. So pretty much one shot that dude, and it's gonna do 16 damage. So yeah, cool. Now let's move on to his special, which is the one thing that I did not showcase yet for this guy. So if I hit Z, boom! Look at this. Just look at this. It shoots everything out. Holy crap. It's just like from the movie too. It's amazing. So yeah guys, that's Mark 6 in a nutshell. Now let's move on to our buddy Mark 7. Now Mark 7 does also have a little cool feature. If I go over here and take this little spider out, let me actually time set day. And yeah, so Mark 7 actually, let me actually go into him, lol. He does have, he is a tank, he is a defense high, he's a tier 5. His health is 26, his attack damage is 17, his jump boost is 1, fortitude 3, fire resistance is 1, and his improved fight. So his speed is actually increased now, and his energy systems are the same as Mark 6. Now he still has the V2 repulsor and the V2 unibeam. Used weapon has a little bit of a change, and he has different special. So let's show this off actually. So I hit G, right? It's not really gonna do anything. Alright, hold up, I'm gonna show that off in a bit. But now if I hit the laser beam, it's actually going to do like a cool little tri-laser beam with the left arm, right? Yeah, left arm. And yeah, so that's pretty much how the laser beam changed. I don't know if the rocket, no, the rocket did not change just yet. But now we get a cool little different ability. So I hit this little, bracelet thing right there. I hit V. Well, it's not going to let me because my suit is kind of damaged. But if I get a repair token real quick, and if I repair my suit, I will be able to put it in the little bracelet. And I just blocked. But yeah, so now I can put the bracelet on. So I put it on right here. I get these little cool little bracelet things right here. But now if I hit R, there's going to be a little thing that flies to me, and it just honestly looks dope. Now the little pod was modeled by Proven Beat, and yeah, so that's basically it comes to you. So let's say I'm gonna do this cool little thing up here. So let's say I have the bracelet right here, and I'm about to jump off, right? Let's say I'm about to jump off the building. It's coming towards me. Oof, like it'll save you if you're like falling down, for example. Let me actually try to go from like high building, like just like fall down, you know what I'm saying? I just really love this aspect. So I hit R. Oof, there you go, you know what I'm saying? It just looks so dope just doing that. But yeah. So So that's pretty much your little lifesaver right there. And now let's move on to his special. Now his special, if I'm not mistaken, should just be Z. It's like micro missiles. So pretty much it shoots a lot of missiles. It's also auto targeting on the player. It just has that other aspect of just what's it called? It does ground the player if hit, by the way. It also has that aspect of just destroying the ground and stuff. Really, it's supposed to be auto targeting, but it also does you know, explosion. So yeah, guys, that's Mark 7. Now let's move on to my buddy. If I can reach it, let me show off Mark 7 for a bit. Pretty dope. To my buddy Mark 8. Now we are moving on to the more little advanced suits, the little more exciting suits. So if I put on Mark 8, let me actually get Mark 9 here too. Mark 10, let's get you. Mark 12, Mark 13, Mark 14. Let me actually put all the useless stuff away. Let's get my Mark 11 over here. Let's get all of them, mate. And yeah, let's kind of show this off. So now if we put on Mark 8, we are going to get a little bit more of abilities in a sense. Let me actually go out here to show it off. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Slash through. And now Mark 8 is actually going to be, give me a second, let me show him off real quick. Mark 8 is a tank. His tier is 5. His defense, his defense is high. He's a tier 5, as I said. His health is 26. His attack damage is 18. His jump boost is 1. Fortitude of 3. Fire resistance 1. Flight, energy consumption, and speed is same about Mark 7. Energy system same as Mark 7. His repulsor beam is now V3. And his unibeam is V3. So it's going to do a little bit more damage and durability. Now his used weapon is going to change a little bit. And he has a different special. So let's show that off real quick. So first of all, I'm going to do way more damage than I've been doing before. So let's get like a little zombie pigman out here, you know. Alright, if I can hit him, one shot him. Alright, so let's say, alright, the zombie pigman has 20 health. My normal unibeam is going to be doing around 12 damage. Now my double unibeam, let's show this off, is going to be doing about the same thing. I'm pretty sure the double unibeam is supposed to do a little bit more damage, more durability in a sense. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works out. Now his new weapon ability is actually, I'm pretty sure now he has the double rockets. So yeah, if I hit V again, he's gonna do like double rockets instead of the single rocket. Now nothing else really changed though. He still has a laser beam. But now let's show off something that I personally love. Now I hit V on this, as you can see with this little armor icon. I'm going to exit the suit. But that's not all, folks. Let's say I want to call the suit to my current location. Let me quickly go outside real quick, okay? And I'm going to quickly put on Mark 9 because you have to have Jarvis in order to summon the suit. And we're going to go over here, and now if I hit X / Jarvis call Mark, and since I have 8 right now out, / Jarvis call Mark 8, and the Mark is going to fly towards you. You can be miles away. You could be like all the way over there, and it will come to you. Let me quickly exit my Mark 9 and wait for this to come down. And yeah, soon they will be adding the sentry mode, which is going to be lit. And yeah, so that's pretty much Mark 8. I'm pretty sure he has the same special as Mark 7. So yeah, nothing really changes there. And I did ground myself with my own missile projectiles. And yeah. So yeah, guys, that's Mark 8. And let's actually get in this puppy and get away. So we're on Mark 9 right now. Now Mark 9 is going to be a little bit better than Mark 8. He is actually defense high, a roll healer, and a tier 5. Now he's going to have 26 health, attack damage of 18, jump boost of 1, fortitude 3, fire resistance 1, advanced flight, energy consumption decrease, so you'll like when flying and stuff like that, you won't have much energy consumption at all now. And energy systems same as Mark 8. Let me actually take this dude out. See how quickly I did that though? Like, holy crap. And let's get back into this dude, Mark 9. Now V3 has the same V3 as Mark 8 Unibeam and repulsors. Now his used weapon, don't think that's changed much, and his special is really the same. His weaknesses are parallel electrical shock. I don't know why I'm saying that wrong, probably because of my retainers. He's weakness to water, freezing, altitudes of 800, higher than 800. So yeah, let's actually try to show some. Okay, he has the, you know, pretty much the double rockets. He has a tri-unibeam. You can exit the suit. And yeah, so that's pretty much Mark 9. Not too much of a difference. He really just looks danker in my opinion, and a little bit better in terms of some other things as advanced flight and that stuff. So that's Mark 9, guys. Now let's move on to Mark 10. One of my favorite suits in the mod at the moment, if I do say so myself. Now Mark 10, obviously he has the same ability where you can summon the suit. Now let me actually go into here, go to Mark 10. Now Mark 10 is actually a healer. He's a defense high. His tier is a 5. He's gonna have 28 health, attack damage of 20, jump boost 1, fortitude 3, fire resistance 1, advanced flight, altitude cap increase from Mark 9, improved energy systems. He is going to have a V3 repulsor beam, a V3 unibeam, same as Mark 9, Mark 8. He's going to have pretty much the same used weapon in my opinion. He has a different special though, and this time he can go altitudes higher than 900. So yeah, let's try. I believe that there isn't really anything new in terms of this wise, but yeah. So let's go on to his, because he has a different special. Now hit Z, you are going to do a lot of crap. This is going to be an OP special, way better than the Mark 6 special. And yeah, honestly just looks dope. And yeah, so that's pretty much Mark 10 in a nutshell. Now let's move on to Mark 11. Mark 11 is going to be in a sense kind of more useful because he has something different than the others. Let's go to Mark 11. Mark 11 is a tier 5. He is a healer and his defense is high. Now his health is 26, his attack damage is 20, jump boost 1, fortitude 3, fire resistance 1, flight, energy consumption, and speed same as Mark 10. Energy system same as Mark 10. At this time he has cloaking. So now he has the same V3 repulsor, same V3 unibeam, same used weapon system, everything same, except he will not put his helmet up. Instead, what you could do is cloak. He has the same special as Mark 10. So yeah, if we actually hit H, it's kind of like a little self thing where you have a little cloak. You can disguise yourself, so if you want to stay real quick, no one can see you. You're cloaked. You know what I'm saying? Cloak and boom. You know what I'm saying? It is a prototype cloak suit though, so it's not going to be the best cloaking system. And yeah, so that's pretty much how the cloaking works. Now let's move on to Mark 12, which is way better than the rest at the moment. Even probably Mark 13 and 14 if I'm being honest. And yeah, let's move on. Mark 12. Sorry about that. Alright. His defense is high, his tier is 5, and his role is healer. He has 30 health, he has 20 attack damage, jump boost 1, fortitude 3, fire resistance 1. His flight, energy consumption, and speed is about the same as Mark 10, Mark 11, and his energy system same as Mark 10. He has the same V3 repulsors and V3 unibeam. He has the same used weapon slash used weapon, select weapon I mean. He can open up his helmet and use Jarvis, and his special is pretty much the same as Mark 10, 11, and 12, which is just the Arsenal Barrage. Now obviously he is a little bit better in terms of you know, like fighting and that stuff, you know, put his helmet up I guess. But yeah, now let's move on to Mark 13. Now Mark 13 in my opinion is a nerf. That's really what he is. So if we go to Super Dex, because no one really cares about 13 and 14 if we're being like completely honest right now. So let's go to Mark 13. He is a high, he is a tier 5, and his role is healer. Now his health is actually going to be 28, his attack damage is going to be 20, his speed is 1, jump boost 1, fortitude 3, fire resistance 1, advanced flight, so his improved flight speed. Energy system's about the same as Mark 10, he has the same V3 repulsors and unibeams. He has the same used weapon slash select weapon. Jarvis is the same. Helmet is the same. he pretty much has the same special as Mark 10 through you know, 13 pretty much. So yeah, nothing to get too excited. He's really just, you know, I mean, nothing too much about the guy. He's a little bit stronger, I think. I have no, basically the same thing as Mark 12 in my opinion. I guess at the same time he looks a little bit doper. He's just a little bit faster too in air, so he goes a little bit faster than the others. So yeah, now let's move on to Mark 14. Now Mark 14, if I can get this puppy out, is basically a nerf, if I'm being honest. Let's go to Mark 14. Defense high, tier 5, and he's a roll healer. He has 26 health, already like 2 minus the health that the Mark 13 had, and 12. His attack damage is 20, his speed is 1, jump boost is 1, fortitude is 3, fire resistance 1. You know, his flight is the same as Mark 11, his energy system is the same as Mark 11. This time he has improved cloaking from Mark 11. So let's actually go into him again. I was just being attacked by a zombie there. He has same use weapons, I believe. I'm actually going to check that out right now before I do anything else. G, it's not helping me out. Do I have everything correct? G, do something, G. Okay, now it's doing something. Okay. Okay, so in reality, his thing's gotten, he only has to rocket and like exit the suit. So yeah, no. Let me actually try that out with Mark 13 because I actually didn't. 13. If I can get this guy on. G. Alright, so pretty much he has everything as Mark 12. Okay. That's him. And Mark 14 is not going to really receive anything else as far as I am concerned. He does have a different special and the cloak. Let me show off the cloak. The cloak is a little bit better though. So if I hit H, you are going to cloak a little bit faster in the sense that Mark 11 wasn't that fast. And, you know, that's pretty much how the cloaking system works. So yeah, you know, you cloak. You know, it's basically just a little bit faster. Now I'll show off his special and you cloak for a little bit longer too. So let's get like an army of zombie pigmen here. If I hit Z, you are pretty much going to do like the Mark 3 special, except you're going to do way more durability and damage than the Mark 3 special did. So yeah guys, that's pretty much the Mark 14 in a nutshell. So yeah guys, I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe and slap that like button like you never before guys. And yeah, make sure to also vote on which suit you want me to do next, because I know some of you want me to do Speedsters and Batman, so I might get to that next. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.